Hey, thanks, Amelia. It's great to be on with the fellow British contingent. Thank you. Well, yeah, thank you for that. I think it means different things to different people. For some people, probably like your followers who have taken health into their own hands, they're sort of wondering why this isn't a part of medicine. They're healthier, they're not interacting with the medical system, they don't cost as much. Why is wellness and medicine not together? And that's one of the things that we're seeing is that the kind of principles that you've built your practice on to helping people, that is sort of becoming a big part of chronic disease management. Like that's the future of it. Right at the same time as what we're doing here, the Cleveland Clinic, which is sort of like the most innovative and forward-thinking clinic in the whole world, if maybe not in the whole world, but certainly in America, is embracing the type of medicine that you're delivering. So, there's lots of different reasons why I think it's the right thing at the right time, but different people have really taken to the ideas of the evolution of medicine. Some of it is us evolving to deal with the diseases that we have right in front of us right now. The evolution of medicine, some people are passionate about like the microbiome and the new understanding of the microbes that live on and around us, and that's part of an evolutionary concept. You've got evolutionary concepts in nutrition like paleo that have become really popular, at the sort of same time. And then, the one thing that we're covering in our summit that I think is a really exciting thing for people who are passionate about this work is that, in a year's time, Amelia, we might all be wearing an iWatch. And if the iWatch does the same thing for health as the iPhone did for communication, people are going to have access to all of this information right at their fingertips all the time, or not even right on their wrist. And I think that's going to change what people are looking for in medicine and change their behavior. And so we're just trying to give people sort of a heads up as to this is coming. If you're into health, you're sort of ahead of the curve. And, what we're looking to do is really to help to find ways to spread this information, because this is really the only strategy that is really working for dealing with chronic disease. And chronic disease is our biggest problem as a human race moving forward. And so, we're just trying to, by putting it in a summit format, reduce the barriers to everyone to interact with this new type of medicine. Yeah. Well, the diet and nutrition, I think, is really important just because that is the leverage point for most people. You can see, and your clients have seen, I'm sure you've seen, that incredible turnarounds are possible with all kinds of diseases when there's a significant lifestyle change, and food really drives that because it's the choice that we're making every day. But, the reason why we focused on functional medicine is because I really feel like, and I think it's becoming clear, that functional medicine is the operating system of an evolved medical system. A lot of the things that are inherent in functional medicine, the understanding of the body as a complete system, that's got to be part of the future of medicine. It's served us well up until this point to maybe specialize and have a neurologist and an endocrinologist, and maybe that's helped up until now, but we're moving into a next level where we have to understand the body as an interconnected system. So that's one of the tenets of functional medicine. It's empowering. I don't think the future of medicine is going to be something that's done to you primarily as a patient. It's going to be you sharing responsibility with your practitioner or with your doctor. And so doctors have to learn how to do that because that's a new skill set for them. Patients have to learn how to do that because it's a new skill set for them. And then we're also going to focus on underlying causes. I think, again, once everyone's wearing the iWatch, they're going to understand underlying causes, their blood sugar, their stress levels, all those kind of things are going to become right there and available to them. So we need an operating system of someone that understands, or a system that understands this as well. And then, obviously understanding lifestyle and environmental environmental medicine is going to be huge as the environment degrades and we've just got a lot more toxins in there. We just need to really understand how to interact with that. So that's really the focus of why we've chosen functional medicine. Is we feel like it has a number of the core key features of what an evolved medical system would be. And the last one of those, I think, is an individualized approach. And you can see, because of the technology and because of the unique individual nature of different types of chronic disease, this is the operating system of the new health system. And so that's why we're just trying to, again, make it easy for everyone to engage with it. So yeah, diet is certainly one of them. Stress is another one, and those are probably the two obvious ones. I think we've all realized that if you can reduce stress and deal with stress better, and have better diet, you can improve chronic disease. But the other two, I just mentioned toxicity. Chronic low levels of toxicity. We understand that if someone was exposed to Agent Orange in the Vietnam War, they're probably going to get a disease, and we completely understand that. But low level toxicity over a period of time can really contribute to chronic diseases, and so we have to understand how the body works with regards to toxicity, and that's none of the ones that we're looking at. And then the last one is the microbiome. Understanding the way that we interact with microbes. This is something we've been getting horribly wrong. In the last 2 years, we've started to really realize that more than 99% of the germs that live on and around us all the time are mutually beneficial. And so what these 4 causes to me represent is 4 things that, let's say, you're a client of you're listening to this because you're a client. These are 4 things that I would, if you want to get the most out of your relationship with a practitioner like yourself, these are the things that you can take care of. And then they can come to you to be able to, individualize it and so forth. But this is if you want a patient-centered medical system, which I think most people do want, that means that there is going to be some responsibility on the patient to do something. And what we've tried to say is, look, here are the 4 things. If you can just take care of these, then, all of your medical care is going to be a lot simpler, and we're going to be able to work together effectively, and there's no medicine that can do that to you. It has to come from you. Yeah, really exciting. We have to just lower the barriers to entry. I know so many doctors who, the kind of practice that I've just mentioned, I think is why a lot of doctors got into practice. They wanted to have real relationships with their patients. They wanted to listen to patients. They wanted to get to the cause of these kind of issues. However, that for a lot of reasons, this is not possible for them to practice, in this way. And the other thing is that once they maybe get an idea that diet affects, outcomes, or they see a drastic reversal in maybe one of your clients and they're the GP and they want to know what's going on, then it's like a $1,500 seminar to go and find out more how to do this. And what I just thought is, let's see, the Summit system provides an opportunity for any health practitioner to be able to get this information for free. And that's what we need. Some of the things that we're covering, like some of the models that are emerging as far as how this can actually be delivered, like group visits and telemedicine and working with health coaches and doctors together. You have to go to a conference and you have to learn this, and you have to leave your family, you have to go for a few days, fly there, go to the hotel. What percentage of doctors and health practitioners are not getting this information because it's kept behind a paywall? That's the goal. Absolutely. And I really appreciate your support. And I hope that through this relationship and through other relationships that we developed in the UK through doing this, that we can bring this, to the UK specifically. I grew up there. I know that there's a lot more potential right now to change the system in America because of just the way that the system is. But, the NHS is showing that they're not going to be able to afford the cost of chronic disease in a couple of years. They're already saying they're looking for answers. This is the answer. And so, what I would say to anyone listening is if it took you 3 or 4 GPs or specialists or other doctors to find before they found you and got help, the number one thing that anyone could do is, yes, come and attend, but also ask your doctor if the Evolution of Medicine Summit might be right for them. Like, get them on, get them listening, because they're going to listen and they're going to hear things that are useful to them. And it might just be, you might be able to, just by inviting doctors that you've known before, you might be able to accelerate this evolution of medicine by being an advocate on behalf of this. So if this speaks to you, go nuts and help us out, because I think that, the goal of this is really to get every Western economy to understand that this is the future of healthcare, and it's going to take a village to do it. And I really appreciate your help, and anyone who hears this as well. Let's do it. This is the time. Thanks so much, Amelia. Really appreciate your work, and I'm sure we'll be in touch. Cool. Thanks, Amelia. Take care. Bye.